Thanks for your support as a channel member, F1 Skiddy! After Pierre Gasly clinched his maiden Drivers' World Championship in Qatar, it could be another momentous weekend in Brazil for the Haas team as we search for our first Constructors' Championship. Hello folks and welcome to episode 53 of Haas with F2 and GP2 champions only. I'm recording these well in advance, like a week in advance. So I'm kind of losing count of which one we are on, but know that we're gearing up for the Brazilian Grand Prix in Sao Paulo, Felipe Dragovic's home race. He was cruelly denied a podium there last year because of a very unjust penalty from the stewards, and I'm still bitter about it. So we're aiming to put that right this weekend by getting him on the rostrum. Whether it's the top step or not, I'm not sure, but we look as though last time I checked, we looked pretty handy around low speed corners. Yep, we are still pretty handy there. So I think we're going to be right at the sharp end after a slightly disappointing result in Qatar. But there was a bigger picture. Pierre Gasly is the world champion, 29 years old. He is now part of that elite group in 2025. And yeah, he fully deserves it. Fully deserves it. He is miles ahead. Max Verstappen, I think it's like 85 points. So he's done an exceptional job this year. 7 wins, 9 podiums, a sprint win, 8 pole positions, and 3 bonus points for fastest lap. But we now have the Constructors' Championship to deal with. 50 points is our lead, and if we leave Brazil with a lead of 44 points or more, then we've won the Constructors' Championship as well, because Red Bull just simply won't be able to match our score of 8 wins. So even if it ends up in a dead heat, we'll win it on countbacks. So I'm going to get to the track. It's a sprint weekend, so we've got one practice session to get to nail the setup, and I'll be getting the trusty setup calculator out for that. And I'll see you on track. We've got ourselves into Q3 and we've got rain, but it is going to dry up towards the end of the session. So we've got forecast heavy rain on race day, so I'm probably just going to sit here and let it dry out, to be honest. So I'll see you when we need slick tyres. Here we go then. It's now or never to deliver the lap. We are following Max Verstappen across the line. Dragovic has... where is he? He's there. He's miles behind. That's not good for him. He got obviously shuffled back in the traffic sequencing, but this tow from Verstappen, oh, it's going to be super helpful. We're fastest in the first sector with Pierre Gasly, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. There's a few drivers who have not run the soft tyre, so they're going to be starting at the back of the top 10. Hamilton's currently fastest, but I have a suspicion that Gasly is going to depose the Ferrari driver because he's purple in both sectors so far. I kind of wish Dragovic was closer than he is to get the slipstream. Verstappen goes fastest and Gasly immediately dethrones him. So we are on the front row. Here comes Dragovic. He goes 4th. Good, well, say good lap. 3/4 of a second off the pace. Verstappen beaten by 1/4 of a second, and the 2 title rivals will line up on the front row. George Russell only 7th, so critically for us in the Constructors' Championship, we're ahead of both Red Bulls with each car. That's a solid start to the weekend. Alright, sprint o'clock. We're waiting for 5 red lights. Gasly on the left, Verstappen on the right. The lights are out, the race is on. And Gasly makes a good start on his medium tyres. We've opted for the mediums because they'll last longer, essentially. What's everybody else on? Mostly mediums. Norris and Hadjar on softs. Stroll, Bottas, Ocon, Alonso and Tsunoda on the hards. And Dragovic has held his 4th position as well, so that's a nice start. Hamilton is getting himself into 2nd place, which helps us in the Constructors' Championship. Russell is down to 8th. Felipe Dragovic has got himself up into 3rd place. I've only just noticed this. I was faffing around with the meters here, the parameters, but he's got himself ahead of Verstappen, which is huge. If we can extend our lead in this sprint, it means Red Bull have to do even more in the Grand Prix to keep their Constructors' Championship hopes alive. Dragovic does have DRS, as does Lewis Hamilton. He takes the lead. Dragovic is closing in on the pair of them, and actually that's not a bad idea, is to actually be giving Dragovic DRS. It helps him defend from Verstappen. Don't mind Hamilton leading because I think we'll be able to get him back later on in the race. Starting lap 10, Hamilton and Gasly wheel to wheel as they have been for much of this sprint, and it's going to be Gasly who now edges himself into the lead. Drugovich has dropped to 5th, but his tyres are very hot, so we need to actually cool them down a wee bit. I'm actually going to get him to conserve some fuel while he's here, because in fact we could probably afford to do both, because Ocon is bottling up Russell, and we've got a little bit of a gap to just cool things down. His tyres are just not chilling. Track temperature is 58 degrees. It's absolutely insanely hot. And what we'll do with Gasly is actually get him to conserve some fuel too. I wanted to be lighter to sort of make sure we got a good start. We have, and now we just need to settle in. We're still leading, and we're still 5th, so it's really good points at the moment. Gasly's actually just dropped down to 5th. The Ferraris have come past and are starting to fight amongst themselves. Hamilton's used much more of his tyre than any of the other front 4. Drugovich is just kind of on his own. Ocon and Russell locked in combat. The trailing Red Bull can't seem to find a way permanently ahead of the Williams. But we will need to find a way permanently past the Ferraris. And we need to make sure that Verstappen doesn't waltz on by as well. So we'll just pick up the pace a wee bit. Still some fuel to save, but tyre in hand if we need it. Pierre's got himself back into 2nd place, and he's chasing down Charles Leclerc. Just a little bit more fuel to save, and we will be able to cross the line. We are within a second of the Ferrari. We're getting DRS. We'll just stop driving in clean air until we're ready to make the overtake. Got about enough battery. Let's actually harvest. Yeah, just get a little bit more. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, it's George Russell. George Russell is knocked out of the points for Red Bull. He's fighting with an Alpha Tauri. That is Liam Lawson he's fighting, and they've collided. And zoop, there goes George Russell's hopes of scoring points in the sprint, and that is disastrous for Red Bull. And delightful for us. Here comes Pierre Gasly then. Deploy the battery, please. Drive in clean air. Can we hop on board and enjoy an overtake? We cannot. Gasly is side by side with Leclerc. We've just lost out, but there's 1 lap remaining. We're going to be able to go attacking on the tyres, and we'll be able to hopefully... Actually, we need to save some more fuel. We're not going to make it to the end as we are. We just need to save a little bit more fuel. Oh, this seems painfully slow. Yellow flags. Who's gone off? It's Tsunoda. I need to correct myself. It wasn't Liam Lawson. It was Théo Pourchaire. I'm thinking of the wrong save. Right, let's harvest battery. Last lap.
1 more lap. Keep pushing.
Now let's deploy it. We need to...
All charge, all charge.
Send it on the brakes, please, into turn 4, please, Pierre. And here comes the gas man, taking the lead for Haas. Come on, we're going to win this sprint. We've got enough fuel now. That's fine. It's green. That's all that matters. And we're going to gain 2 points on Verstappen. In fact, we're going to gain a lot of points on Red Bull, because Drugovich will get 4 for 5th. Gasly will get 8 for winning.
No overtake.
So that's 12. Verstappen only gets 6. So it's 6 points extra for Haas. And a victory for the new world champion. Pierre Gasly wins the sprint in Brazil ahead of Charles Leclerc. Critical result. Drugovich does drop a place, but P5, good result for him. He's only just made it across the line. And he pulls up to stop. There we go. He's just taking the acclaim of the crowd, that's all. All fine. All within the rules. Heavy rain is incoming for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We're going to get about 10-12 laps until the rain hits, and it's going to hit hard. It's going to be straight onto inters, possibly later on to wet. I'm assuming here you're going to need some wet tyres as well. So it's going to be tricky. We're going to need to make some good calls. We've got both drivers basically on the same strategy. So I'm very pleased with our starting positions of 1st and 5th. We should be absolutely fine. We're going to get Drugovich to go attacking on the tyres immediately. So, oh no. Please don't. Oh, there we go. It didn't get rid of my strategies. That's good. Let's do a motor race. The sun's shining for now. The rain's not far away, but I hope it's not going to rain on Haas's parade. 5 red lights. The lights are out. The race is on. Good start for Gasly. Verstappen looks like he's following him. Drugovich dropping down behind Ocon by the look of it in P5 and 6. He's taken that back, and Gasly is away in the lead, and Verstappen is in hot pursuit. Can the Red Bull have a look down the inside into turn 4? Not close enough. So all good off the line. Drugovich still side by side with Ocon. He secures P5. We need him to just see him off. There we go. And now just go with this lead pack. Max Verstappen's got himself into the lead just as the wet weather is predicted. However, we have some battery and we will have DRS. We'll drive in clean air. I'm sure we'll be able to take this straight back from the Red Bull man. Was that some spots of rain on the screen? Or is that just my eyesight? Think it's just me. Think I'm seeing things, but hopefully we're seeing an overtake. Here we go. Pierre Gasly back into the lead. Yes! We have the advantage, and the Ferraris, have, having looked like they were dropping out of DRS range, have closed back in. Everyone's just going aggressive on their tyres. We're going to go attacking on Gasly's tyres. We might as well. We might as well attack on Drugovich's as well. So just use them while we can, because they'll soon cool down with a sprinkling of rain. Right, the rain is coming, and it's coming quite quickly. I think we might need to be on the inters. Oh, can we get away with another lap? Do you know what? I'm going to bring Drugovich in. I'm going to undercut with Drugovich. We're going to stay out with Pierre. Unless... everyone's going in. Well, Verstappen's gone in. Gasly, we've probably missed the boat with Pierre. I think we're going to lose position to Verstappen. Drugovich is in. Lots of people at the back are in. The Ferraris have stayed out. Oh, it's a slow stop for Felipe. That's not ideal. And Verstappen will surely head out in the lead once this all shakes out. So Gasly into the pit lane. And where is the Dutchman? He's coming down to Young Cao. He's got an Alpine ahead of him. And it's a reasonable stop for Gasly. 3.6 seconds is fine. Here comes Verstappen. Sonoda is ahead of him and is on slicks. There's still others staying out. So I think we've just about got away with it. We've got away with it. Verstappen is actually going to be behind Charles Leclerc. He's following us out of the pit lane. So that is all good. That's helpful. And now we can just settle down. And pressure is what's being applied to Gasly. But he's a world champion, as is Charles Leclerc now. He won Season 1 in this save. So two single world champions going at it. And hopefully we come out on top. What's Leclerc doing with his tyres? He's using them a bit more. Oh, Stroll, and there was someone else who's gone straight to wet as Leclerc goes down the inside and takes the lead. Not what I was expecting, but we can fight back, I'm sure.
Oh my.
Well, we're not enjoying the rain at the moment because Felipe Drugovich has lost a place to Esteban Ocon. The Williams working very well in the Frenchman's hands, and he takes 4th place. Right, the rain has intensified and it's getting wetter. Ocon and Verstappen have both just made the call to go for full wets, so we're going to have to do the same with both drivers. We want Gasly in for wets as well, please. And we'll deploy the battery with Pierre. See if we can close up on Leclerc. We were driving cleaner. That was slowing us down. I'd forgotten to take that off. So that would explain why we were just a little bit slower than usual. Yeah, so maybe Verstappen, where's he? He's 7th. And he's going to be using those wet tyres a little bit too much right now. It's not quite ready for full wets, but it's about to be. So we're following in the Ferrari. Can we execute a better pit stop than the Scuderia? No, he's already away and gone. And 3.6 seconds, we pop out just behind. That is Fernando Alonso going into probably the lead of the race. No, just second. He's going to be in front of us. He's going to be a nuisance because he's still on inters, and that's not helpful. But Verstappen is still well back. Right, being stuck behind Alonso has allowed Verstappen to catch right up, and we've lost 5.5 seconds to Leclerc because of it. I knew Alonso would be a nuisance. I knew he'd get in my way. But it's actually a really neat and tidy overtake that we just caught the end of. Round the outside, full wets versus inters, no contest. Lap 24, we're still second, still fending off Verstappen. But I just want to shout out this that Valtteri Bottas is creating. I mean, half the field is in one section of track. Look at the spray. You can hardly see anything. He's 37 seconds behind Drugovich. What's he on? He's on inters. That's why no one can pass him. This is brilliant from Bottas. And stuck in this train, right at the back of it, is George Russell. It literally runs to last place. So if I show you on the map, Leclerc, Gasly, Verstappen, Ocon, Drugovich, they're almost a lap down, and we've got a crash. This was inevitable, wasn't it? Who has crashed? Oh no, they've all carried on. Who's crashing? Oh, it's Lance Stroll. It's the two Astons. And there's a little bit of damage, and they sort of sneak on by. That's the other Ferrari of Hamilton who's stuck in all of this. This is insane. And Drugovich, we need to get you past Ocon, please, because he's our Bottas right now. Right, Charles Leclerc is coming up to lap all of this lot. I am convinced he's going to lose some time. So we need to be aggressive and close this lot down. In fact, Behrman gets out of the way rather well there. But we've gained half a second. We're going to have to navigate our way through this lot too. I know, but hopefully on the other side of it, we pop out closer to Leclerc than we did before. I mean, we're homing in on him. Where is Leclerc? He's just stuck in all of it. This is chaos. Bottas, what have you done to this race? And look at this. We're lapping George Russell. They're all going to be a lap down. Sainz has got free of this bunch. Oh. And they're just starting to free themselves from Bottas. So it's just about to become intermediates again. I'm making the call to bring both our drivers in, and an Aston Martin is in. So Leclerc and Verstappen are now officially on the wrong tyres. The rain is going to ease off. It will pick back up later on. So this is a chance for us to undercut our way potentially into the lead of the race. 3.5 second stop. Drugovich not delayed one bit because he was far enough behind, so we could double stack with ease. Lovely stuff. Let's see if we can undercut our way ahead of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc stayed out. Why are they staying out? Oh, this is crazy. The leaders have not reacted. And we're absolutely going to be ahead of them now. Right, Leclerc's in. Where's Gasly? It's going to be actually quite close, I think. Leclerc stayed ahead. How? How was he going so quickly? I don't believe it. We're still 3 seconds behind Leclerc. That's incredible. We'll be miles ahead of Verstappen though. Surely he comes in. Yeah, he does. He has no choice. We are back down to third position. Verstappen's just gone around the outside of turn 2. On his fresher inters, he's able to push at the moment. We've not had the pace in the wet that I thought we might. It's not really working out for us. From pole position, we've just not been fast enough at all. Well, the only point we were really fast and secure was in the dry, and we're not going to get any more of that today. We are third and fourth, which is absolutely enough if Verstappen finishes second. Russell is a lap down and very, very unlikely to get himself into the points. So we'll actually end up extending our lead. We're doing all we need to do to win the Constructors' Championship today. And really, that's all that matters. Charles Leclerc has gone in for a set of full wets here. We've just called Drugovich in to start with, and I think he's gone a little bit too early, has Charles. We're just going to wait one more lap. So I think it might be this lap that we need to bring Gasly in. Let's commit to it. But we've got a few seconds to just shadow what Verstappen does. Oh, absolutely dreamboat. Virtual safety car. Lovely. We can make the stop and it does not matter. We will come out ahead of Charles Leclerc. I would imagine Carlos Sainz has crashed. And we can conserve fuel with both cars as well, which will get us to the end of the race. Gasly, there you go, you're into the pit lane. Where's Leclerc? He's just coming up the hill. Gasly makes his stop, and oh no, we won't come out ahead of Leclerc, but we're going to be very close. Leclerc has lost the lead, and we are now right on his tail, so we can bring our tyres in nicely, and then we can go for it. But we are now 8 seconds behind Verstappen. Track is now damp, but we're on the penultimate lap of the race, so it makes, well, we're now on the final lap of the race because we were watching Drugovich there. Verstappen leading the way, but it's going to make no difference for the Constructors' Championship positions. Was trying to get Gasly to slow down so that Drugovich could have a podium, but it just wasn't going to happen. So we will go to the flag. Verstappen winding his way through the middle sector, back up the hill. He wins the race here in Sao Paulo. Charles Leclerc follows him home, but Pierre Gasly takes 15 very important points for Haas. But here comes Felipe Drugovich. He's going to score the 12 points that really matter, because these 12 points are going to mean we outscore Red Bull this weekend completely, and it crowns Haas, F1's American team, as Constructors' World Champions. Come on! We've done it. We didn't need to win the race. We haven't won the race. We've won the big prize though. We are Constructors' Champions. We are World Champions. Unbelievable feeling. Fantastic. Well done to Pierre. Well done to Felipe. They've been immense all season. Shout out to Esteban Ocon finishing 5th in a Williams. And Porsche getting a point for AlphaTauri. Well done by him. Who finished a lap down? Everybody from Alonso back. Unbelievable. What a race. But Haas are your Constructors' World Champions for 2025. And everyone wants to get in on the celebrations. I'll be down there in a bit, joining them in the celebrations, because they've earned it. Gasly picks up P3, another podium for us. We've been the class of the field. There's no other way around it. We have been the team to beat this year. Didn't matter that we didn't win the race. The damage was done for Red Bull when Russell collided with Porsche in the sprint. And Gasly does lose a few points to Verstappen in the championship, but matters not. Drugovich, he's actually behind Charles Leclerc now, but 5th place I think is a really decent effort considering the drivers he's up against. They're all rated 90. He's ahead of Lewis Hamilton, ahead of Alonso and Perez, and well, Norris hasn't got the machinery to fight. But yeah, Drugovich has done a really decent job this season. Constructors' Championship, there you go. Lead is 57 points. Red Bull can't overturn that in Las Vegas. So it's done. We've won both championships with a race to spare, and we can enjoy the final episode of F1 Manager 23 with basically our feet up on the desk. It's going to be a chill out and vibe episode. Maybe we'll just start from the back or something fun. We'll see. But we are world champions. Leave your congratulations to the Haas team in the comments down below. That's both championships sealed. That's now a Constructors' Championship with Mercedes. Well, 2 of them actually. One with Ferrari and one with Haas on this game, and likely one with Red Bull as well, with the Max Verstappen last to first, last to champion challenge that we're doing on stream. So I'll see you for the final F1 Manager 23 episode in Las Vegas. Leave a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content coming very, very soon, which will be F1 Manager 24. Oh, I can't wait. It's next week. Oh, give it to me now. Give it to me now. Anyway, you're the best fans. I'll see you next time. Bye.